Okay, Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll explain you some questions of the guest paper, and these are the guest paper questions that you can see on the screen, and these questions are predicted for June 2024 exam series that is going to be on 17th of this month. So first of all, have a look on these questions so I can show you all of these questions. But before looking into these questions, you must go through this disclaimer as well, because I never claim that whatever I'm suggesting will be tested in the exam. However, in the past, whatever I predicted seemed to be correct or applicable, and that was valid. And in the recent exam paper of paper 2 AS economics, the prediction was quite helpful as well. And one more important thing, never expect that the questions will come with the statements that I have shared here. You must be in the position to understand what kind of questions can come and what kind of variations can examiner bring in these questions, and if he changes the statement of question, then how you will manipulate your knowledge and information that you have learned from the book or from the teachers, or you are learning from this channel. And let me show you the questions first, so you can see microeconomic questions. And question number 1, 2, 3 and 4 are showing on the screen. You can take screenshot if you wish, and I believe you can hear the voice of my pet, that is grey partridge. We call it grey francolin as well, and in Urdu we call it Tita. That's a beautiful pet. Okay, so you can take the screenshot. Okay, so these are questions from section C, and you can take screenshot of these questions as well. Okay, so this is the entire guest paper for section B and C. And if you want to look into the detailed guest paper, including past paper short questions as well that can be tested in case studies and their answers, you can go to the other video that I have shared for paper 4, and you will find all the short questions and their answers there. Okay beta, so now I'm going to discuss some questions and some questions in this video and rest of the questions in upcoming video inshallah. So I would like to start with question number 8 of microeconomics and question number 7. Okay, so starting with question number 8. Question number 8 says that doctors earn more than teachers. Evaluate this statement. So I have mentioned two professions. One is doctor and the other doctorship, and the other one is teaching. So examiner is not bound that he uses doctor and teachers. He may use any two other professions like hotel managers and firefighters maybe, right, or soldiers. So examiner may mention any two professions, so keep in mind you have to use the entire same information, but as per the new professions that examiner has mentioned there. So for this question, what should you do? Let me make a short marking scheme for that. For 20 mark question, you have to accomplish 3 assessment objectives: assessment objective 1, assessment objective 2 and assessment objective 3. Okay, so assessment objective 1 is knowledge, and assessment objective 2 is analysis, and assessment objective 3 is evaluation. right? So you have to accomplish all three assessment objectives in every 20-mark question. Assessment objective 1 knowledge and assessment objective 2 analysis, they are collectively marked out of 14, and evaluation part carries 6 marks. So this is how 20 marks question needs to you to do. Okay, so what should you write in the knowledge part? Definitely you will like give an opening statement that labor market is an important chapter of microeconomics that deals with the issues related to labor market, and it guides uh, the businesses and firms to determine the wages, and it also helps the worker to negotiate good wage rate in the market. And on average, like demand and supply, the free forces of demand and supply help to determine the wages of different professions. However, in real life we can also find some other ways that can be used to set wage rate in the market, and they include like trade unions and monopsony employer, bilateral monopoly, and minimum maximum wages set by the government. And different professions earn different amounts, like doctors and teachers, based on multiple factors, and now you can like mention all those factors as well. So what are those factors? Those factors include like demand and supply of labor, and then like you have to mention minimum and maximum wages, minimum and maximum wage. Then you can mention another factor, that is trade union, and then monopsony employer, and then like general factors are also there that include like qualification, experience, and skills. QES I'm using for qualification, experience, and skills. And similarly, wages also depend upon the nature of job as well. Some jobs are like dirty jobs, nature of job, and some jobs are like safe jobs. And like cost of living in the region is also an important factor, cost of living in the region. And definitely cost of performing the job is also an important factor. And there are some like gender discriminations as well. We can like find gender discriminations everywhere, whether the countries are developed or developing, we can find gender discrimination there. And then there is a racism, like different people earn different amounts based on their nationalities. For example, Americans receive high wages in America as compared to the Asians working there, and similarly black and white Americans also earn different amounts. So you can mention these like main factors, and then you can start analyzing these factors. While analyzing these factors, you will say that doctors earn more than the teachers, right? So in assessment objective 2, you will make a justification that why doctors earn more than the teachers, right? So you will use these factors that I have mentioned here. So the first factor that you can use is that there may be greater demand of doctors as compared to teachers, and when demand of doctors is high, their wages will be higher than the teachers. You can make a supportive diagram for this. So this is origin point. On X we have quantity of labor, this is demand of labor, this is supply of labor, and on Y we have wages. and this is the equilibrium point. Equilibrium takes place at E, where employment is Q and the wage rate is W. Now you will shift demand curve of doctors to the right, since demand of doctors may be high, as we have already experienced during COVID-19. The demand for doctors was really high, and the demand for teachers was not that much high during that time. And this is the wage rate. So when demand of doctors increases, their wage rate also increase. This is one of the major factors that affect the wages, or for which doctors earn more than the teachers. And the demand for teachers is low. You can make another diagram if you wish, otherwise this diagram is sufficient, where you will mention that why doctors earn higher than the teachers. The second reason is like lower supply of doctors as compared to the teachers. Supply of doctors. If doctors are in less supply, okay, so one important thing, if you want to get like true benefit from this guest paper, then you should watch the entire video thoroughly, and if you don't watch this video thoroughly, then guest paper is not going to work for you, right? So this is because I'll keep explaining how examiner may manipulate these statements and how will you like change your explanation. Okay, so if supply of doctors is low, then supply curve moves to the left from SL to SL1, equilibrium will move to E1, wages will rise to W1, and quantity will fall to the Q1. So doctors may earn high wages because of their lower supply or fallen supply. And when you make graph, you have to explain this graph as well. The explanation of this graph will be, you can say that as per this figure, initial equilibrium is at E in the labor market for doctors, wage rate is W, employment is Q. Due to fallen supply of doctors, supply will shift to the left from SL to SL1. New equilibrium will take place at E1, where wage rate will increase to W1 and quantity employed will fall to Q1. So doctors may be earning more because of their lower supply as compared to the teachers. And another factor that you can use is third factor, like cost of living in the area. Cost of living in the area. Okay, so cost of living in different areas is definitely different. For example, if a person is working in India, let's say, or Pakistan, then he might be receiving lower wages as compared to the worker of the same profession working in another country, let's say in the UK or in Dubai or in USA, might be receiving higher wages as compared to the person working in India. So cost of living in different regions is different, so wages are also settled accordingly. And another factor that you can explain is, okay, why doctors might earn high wages. Maybe government has set minimum wage law for the doctors, minimum wage law, because minimum wage is the wage rate set by the government above equilibrium. So you can again give a support diagram here, and this support diagram will look like this. So we have quantity of labor, demand of labor, supply of labor, equilibrium is at E, where normal wage rate in the labor market is W and employment is Q. On Y we have wages. And if government fixes minimum wage for the doctors, then they will receive high wages. Minimum wage is the wage rate set by the government above equilibrium. So doctors may be earning more because government has set minimum wage law for them. Such as during COVID-19, doctors were receiving much higher wages than any other profession, uh, because at that time the focus was to save the lives of the people. So government was offering very high wages to the doctors at that time. So this is like kind of analysis points. So if you write this much, this will help you to get like 7 out of 7 marks from analysis part. Then you will move to the evaluation part, that is assessment objective 3. Evaluation. In evaluation you will negate whatever you have said in assessment objective 2, right? So असेसमेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव 3 जो होता है, बस आप जहन में रख लें जो आपने कहा था असेसमेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव 2 के अंदर। अब आप कहें कि जी वो तो मैं मजाक कर रहा था, रियल लाइफ में तो थोड़ा अलग भी हो सकता है, यानी आप अपनी बात को नेगेट कर रहे होते हैं, ठीक है। सो यू हैव टू give the limitations of your analysis. You will say that whatever you have said in analysis where you try to justify that doctors earn more than teachers, that analysis has limitations as well. So what are those limitations? For example, you will start your evaluation with the word however. However, you can say that however in real life teachers might earn more than the doctors, right? So then you have to move to the flip side of the analysis. Why teachers may earn more than the doctors? So you will try to like justify that now. And you may say that the first point that you may use is कि teachers might have made a monopoly trade union, right? Monopoly trade union. So if teachers have made a monopoly trade union, it means trade union is the association of workers that works for the benefits of member workers, right? And monopoly means single union of teachers, like doctors, like any type of workers may make a monopoly trade union. So in this case we are saying that teachers have monopoly trade union, for example. And if teachers have monopoly trade union, then they might receive wages higher than the doctors, right? So you may make the graph for that as well. And for making graph of trade union you need 3 lines like this. So make these 3 lines. So this is origin point. On X we have quantity of labor, on Y we have wages, and this is MRP, marginal revenue product of labor, that is also known as demand of labor. This is average cost of labor, which is also supply of labor, and this is marginal cost of labor. In an open market, wages are settled through the demand and supply. So demand and supply curves intersect each other at point E, where employment is Q and wage rate is W. So open market is where there is no union, every worker works independently, and there is no monopoly employer as well. Okay, so if there is wage rate W in open market, then trade union will definitely want to charge higher wages than W. So it will set its equilibrium at E1, where the wage rate will rise to W1 and employment will fall to Q1. So if teachers have made a monopoly trade union, association of the teachers having higher negotiation power will charge high wages in the market as compared to the doctors. So this is the graph that you can make. And on the other hand, you will like give an other evaluation point as well, and the other evaluation point can be that doctors may be facing monopoly employer, right? So teachers may earn more than the doctors, because doctors face monopsony employer. Monopsony employer is the single employer of labor, right? So single employer of labor, when there is single employer of labor, he will offer very low wage to the workers, right? So if doctors face monopsony employer, mean there is only one hospital in a region, in an area, in a city, then it means all doctors will be dependent on that hospital, right? So when they are dependent on that single hospital, then every doctor will try to get job there by offering his services or her services at very low wage, right? So how to make that graph? So this is marginal revenue product of labor, there is demand of labor as well, and this is average cost of labor or supply of labor as well, and this is marginal cost of labor. So equilibrium takes place at E, where employment is Q and wage rate is W. Monopsony employer will set, if already in open market wage rate is W, then monopsony employer will set equilibrium at E1 and it will offer job to Q1 number of workers, but it will offer wages at this point, at the initial supply curve. It will offer wages at W2 lesser than the open market. So if doctors are facing monopsony employer, then they will get lower wages, possibly lower than the teachers. So this is how you can evaluate this point. And as an evaluation, you can use other points as well, although the answer will become a giant and huge, so you need not to explain all of them, but I have listed maximum points here. So if you don't remember monopoly trade union and monopsony employer, then you can pick other factors as well. So let's say cost of living in the area. So as I told you that cost of living in different regions, in different countries is different, and even in the same country in different areas cost of living is different. Like in Islamabad, cost of living is relatively higher than Karachi and Lahore as well as Multan, so the wages are accordingly different in these cities. Okay, so if a teacher is working in a city that has high cost of living, might be receiving much higher than the doctor that is working in low cost of living area. So this is another evaluation point. Cost of performing the job, if teachers have to pay huge cost, maybe transportation cost or housing cost or other costs for performing these jobs, or like more fuel cost as compared to the doctor, then definitely the situation will be different, because teachers will be earning more than the doctors. Gender discrimination is also there, because a female doctor may be receiving low wages as compared to a male teacher. Racism is another factor. Teacher might be a white American and the doctor might be a black American or Asian doctor. So Asian doctor will be receiving low wages as compared to a white American. White American teacher will be receiving high wages as compared to the black doctor working in America. Okay, so at the end you will like conclude your answer, and for conclusion you can say that in conclusion, on average it is observed that doctors earn higher wages than the teachers for multiple reasons, because doctors require large amount of money to spend to get education and qualification to become a doctor, and they have to spend a lot of years to become a doctor, and they have to get a lot of trainings as well. Therefore they on average earn more than the teachers. However, the exceptions are also there that have been explained in detail in evaluation part. So this will be a complete answer for 20 out of 20 marks. So many students ask this question, can someone get 20 out of 20 marks in the essay? So the answer is yes, you can. If you keep in mind all 3 assessment objectives and you write your answer accordingly. And this is it for this video. I'll be focusing on another question in the next video, and stay in touch and keep watching the videos if you want to earn a very good grade in very less period of time. So I'm also here to help you out, and you should have a little patience as well, because of my busy schedule and hectic routine and highly populated class schedule. I'm sometimes unable to post regular videos, but I'll try to make a video on a daily basis and post it here. So stay tuned. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.